Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero. Welcome back to another live stream. We're back here today with the $1,000 tournament sponsored by Oxygen. It is the top 32 players. What is the music on? Music's very quiet. It's the top 32 players in this Grandmasters 2025 tournament. What's special about today is this is the last of the round ones. So you know we've already moved on to round two. But Memphis and Nur, which are the players here today, actually, it's the last of the round one happening today. They were delayed for whatever reason. I think Nur went to some LAN party in a different country, and that has delayed the games significantly. So this is the last of round one, and then round one is totally wrapped up. Yeah, Memphis against Nur. I think Memphis is from Germany. I think Nur is like from Russia way. I'm going to have to check that, actually. I'm going to have to check that. I think my game sound is way down. Okay, waiting for Nur to join. Okay, he's here. First map will be Oxygen 1. I've actually just finished. Oh my god, he doesn't even have the map. He delays the tournament like a month and then doesn't have the map. I've actually just finished about a 90-minute interview with Zezon. Zezon, for those of you that know him, he's basically the guy that made Gentle, which is this has been in the community for many years. And yeah, he's going to be heavily involved going forward in the development of Zero now that the source code has been released. So I just finished a 90-minute interview asking loads of questions from the fans. I just realized that I never asked the questions from the community post that I made on YouTube. I think a few people asked questions there as well. But hopefully we've covered a lot of it. I think there probably will be another one going forward. That was 90 minutes done, and we answered all the questions that I asked in that time period. But in maybe 1 or 2 weeks, maybe it'll be worthwhile having another one. So yeah, I've just finished that now, so I'm quite fresh and up to date on all the possibilities in the future of Zero. If you haven't heard the news already, the source code for the game is now publicly available. Check out my most recent video that I posted on Friday. Highly recommend you check that out. 13-minute video, and I explain everything that could be held in the future for the game. Welcome everybody in the chat. We've got 3 sets lined up today: 15 GMT, 18 GMT, and 21 GMT. Plus, I've just done that 90-minute podcast, so it feels like a day at work today, but the work is actually something that I take massive pride in and enjoy a lot. It's all to do with 0 hour, so I'm mega excited. But yeah, potentially a lot of hours of 0 hour for you to watch today. Memphis against Nur now, best of 11, first to win 6. This is the $1,000 tournament sponsored by Oxygen. Top place prize for this whole tournament is $550. We are going to check on the bracket right now. I'll show you the bracket as well. Let's have a look on the bracket. Right now, let's just get it over here so we can still see what the players are talking about. Okay, so Memphis and Nur is here. This is the last set of round number 1 to take place. Memphis matchup. Nur, first army. Okay, so he wants tank stealth, Nur, veto, or take army. No one wants to play it. Tank stealth. We do love a little bit of that. So yeah, the winner of this will go on against Lift Truck, and then ultimately against Tumstep if they win Lift Truck. Quite a hard route, to be honest, but it is a top 32 players. When you sign up in a tournament that has a top 32 players in it, then you can expect it's going to be a hard route. And if you can't get past Lift Truck in round 2, you're probably not going to be Excal in the final or Marikar in the final. So yeah, there we have it. Up in the north position with the orange, this is the China tank. This is Memphis. Tabrez says, why don't you have your webcam on anymore? Well, not done my makeup today. Haven't had a haircut in a while. It's less setup for me if I don't put the camera on. I don't have to put all the fancy lights on and stuff, so I can just focus on the matches. Also, do you really want to see my talking head down here? In the same position for 90 minutes of a match? Does it add that much value? I probably will put it back eventually when I've had a haircut. Okay, so yeah, tank in the north for the orange, which is Memphis. Down in the south position with the cyan. Jilly stealth for the player that is Nur. Happy Sunday to you all, by the way. I hope you're all having a relaxing day, not working or working too hard at least. Shout out to Glacier7 following over on Twitch. I do stream over on Twitch near enough every day now, actually. Yeah, over on Twitch, I'm called Dominator UK. And if you're looking for me on YouTube, just type into YouTube Dominator 0 Hour. I post most of my content over there. All of my videos go there. So if you're following over on Twitch, head over to YouTube and subscribe there. Help me out. Would be appreciated. Okay, Truck Rush from Nur. I don't know who's the favorite here, by the way. I think it's Memphis. But I do think Nur's a bit of a secret dark horse, a bit of a beast. So, for that reason, I'm going to say it's like a 50-50 match here. I really don't know. I honestly don't know who's going to win. I think it's going to be close. It's not going to be a whitewash with one player just winning all of the games. I'm going to pick... oh, Nurse Stealth, actually. I got him players mixed up there, actually. I thought he was playing the tank, but I'm wrong. Who am I going to pick? I don't know. I'm going to go with Memphis just because I know more about him. I do have Nur like quite high in my estimation. I think I played a couple of games against him and I think he was a bit of a beast. But sometimes you can play just 1 or 2 games and you get a false representation of the player. Sometimes you need to play a bit more or see him in action a bit more. He's just come from a LAN party. I don't know if he was playing 0 Hour at that LAN party. I don't know if he's come off a fresh camp, learning all new weird and wonderful strategies of a training team. I'm thinking like the South Korean teams that play StarCraft. I don't know what kind of a LAN party it was. He might have been playing Call of Duty for all I know. But I do think it's going to be a fierce battle, this one. I am honestly not sure who's going to win. But whoever does win is probably going to need to win in quite good fashion, given that the next step is against Lift Truck. The micro here from both of the players seems spot on. You can tell the level is going to be decent here. The players were vetted to get into this tournament as well. I didn't just let any old player enter. If they weren't top 32 on the ladder or even top 50, if they weren't even close to the top 32, there was questions to be asked. Some players were not able to enter, like Pablo Targaryen, for example. They were deemed outside of the top 32.
Holy crap, we have a mega donation.
30 Glizzy, man, with a £5. What a legend.
Good luck, Memphis, for me and all your AOD junkie buddies. Win this for us. Thanks, Tommy, for the stream.
Cheers to the donation, man. I've turned down the DJ music. the hard remix of the GLA music. We've got a slightly different voice line now there for the worker. Palace is already going up. You know what? This is seeming exactly like I thought. High-level game. The tank playing solidly. The stealth playing solidly. The only thing you could say is the tank isn't really pushing out to now, and he is taking some risks. Like there's no anti-stealth detection over on the left. So he could have a flamer hijacked or that dozer hijacked is basically what I'm trying to say. The tank is meant to have the advantage here and meant to win in my view. I think there was a stealthy tank tournament. And players were only able to play tank v stealth and reverse. And I spoke to XCal. I didn't check all of the games myself, but I spoke to XCal and just asked him like what kind of percentage was tank winning. And I'm sure he said it was like 60 or 65%, something around that region. Don't quote him or me exactly, but it was something like that. The tank was winning more. So I think that probably varies per map. But in general, I do think the tank is probably favorite here too. And I'm sure there's a lot of pros that would agree. Welcome everyone in the chat. Brian Kinley, welcome to see you again. Nice to see you again even. Bad English for me. Yo, Fargo. I'm sure we got a few fans from where Nerd's from. I actually can't remember. It's somewhere east of me. The Russia-y Kazakhstan way. Is it Kazakhstan where he's from? It's the blue flag with the gold. Gold's something in the middle. Should have done my research on that, shouldn't I? Yeah, currently looking like Nerd is holding nicely. These flamers are pushing, but they are mostly getting stopped and picked off by the quads. It's a nice amount of workers. He's got his oil for Nerd. He's also got one oil over on the right. Would probably like to see an expansion from Nerd over on the left. Battle bus is out. I'm going to say advantage Nerd right now based on what I'm seeing. Because these flame walls and that push in general is supposed to be a little bit better. That area should be cleared by the tank. Yeah, the tank's not applied enough pressure. Maybe it's overly cautious, too cautious. Doesn't have any napalm yet, Memphis. Couldn't get hijacked there because there is stealth detection. Stealth detection there, not on this side. So some of these flamers could be getting hijacked. That dozer could get hijacked from this area. MiGs come in. It does not have the napalm. Yeah, it looks like Nerd's playing the slightly higher level game here. Although it is far from being over. But the tank is supposed to at least have control of that by now. Even if you do open with this more passive, slower approach, still, you would expect the tank is clearing the stealth from here with relative ease. Maybe that will still happen. Flame walls do begin. The black napalm, they should be shredding through these quads. Quads are getting wrecked. And the MiGs come in and take out the battle bus. This is why the tank is so strong. Because the battle buses get countered by the MiGs, and then the alternative is you make quads, and the quads get shredded by the GATs. So the benefit of the stealth is if you drop down an absolute ton of tunnels and stingers, eventually the tank should be able to be picked off and run out of steam. Yeah, this hold from Nur here is good. So this is reminding me of when I've played a couple of games against Nur before, how good he is. You see he's stopping everything the tank is throwing so far. This game, I'm convinced, and maybe even the set, is probably now going to go the Nur's way because, like I say, tank is supposed to win here, and currently anything Memphis is doing, Nur is holding. He was floating 13k then as well, by the way. He's even added an extra war factory or arms dealer, Nur. Another black market going up. Propaganda in play, neither player. Oh no, Nur does have his refinery. Yeah, this is some good zero from Nur. The only thing I would probably like to see is more tunnels and stuff here. Like tunnels here. At least like one there. Maybe one here if you can get it on that angle. A few more here. Maybe even a stinger here too. This captured by a rebel. And tunnels here. That's the only things I would have to say about Nur. I would also like him to get AP bullets. I do like this fast expansion from Memphis. This is exactly what needs to happen to the stealth. He needs to be kicked off this. And the tank needs to gain full control here. But I still think it's going to be hard for Memphis because Nur's got more XP. He's got his palace since ages ago. He's on his worker's shoes, and everybody knows you get worker's shoes, you just automatically win the game. Welcome to Lift Truck. Yeah, I haven't done a poll this stream. To be honest, I forgot. But I always forget to close it anyway, and it becomes annoying in the chat. So let's just not do a poll today. You can let us know your prediction in the chat before this first match is over. AP bullets now in play. Nerd is moving his units back. He's actually sending those quads in. MiGs are coming though. Is he gonna pay attention? No, he's not. Good strike on the MiGs. A bit of a risk, because if they'd have stopped shooting the power plant and just shot up instead, they could have picked off some MiGs there. Yeah, huge flame wall spam on the right. Memphis floating 15k. Extra war factory. Supply rebuilt there. Supply here, which he is doing. Yeah, Memphis holding a lot of quads. Sorry, Ner holding even. A lot of quads going down. MiGs with a bit of miss micro there. Two of the MiGs get shot down. Yeah, I think if there were some more tunnels around here, I think Ner would still have a presence. Because he only left one tunnel there quite damaged. Didn't pop a worker, didn't bother repairing it. That's why he's now been kicked off this. But there's no other units here, so he could easily get back. Push with a few quads, start building a few tunnels, get hold of that, and I swear he can claim this hill, king of the hill. Lift Truck in the chat also saying they seem pretty close with probably Ner. I tend to think the same. But based on how this is going so far, I'm thinking the gap between them is maybe a bit wider than I thought. I think maybe Ner is looking better. Like, the tank's supposed to be pushing here now and in the face of the GLA, taking over the map and picking off the battle busters with the MiGs. But he's got fully upgraded quads, a ton of markets. He's actually pushing the tank back over here. The MiGs are coming in now. Is there going to be micro on the quads? No. Yeah. So those quads should be paying attention. As the MiGs come in, you want to click the MiGs. You could have shredded all four of them MiGs probably. And now the stealth is going to face a bit of adversity over on this left side. There's 3 tunnels here to hold against quite a lot of flamers. There's Gats here to support as well. No chain guns in for Memphis, despite having 13k and still 10k, by the way. It does have chain guns now, but it's quite late. There's a battle bus popped. The MiGs seemingly are reloading. But that battle bus might have done its job. It might have stopped enough flamers that these tunnels can now be rebuilt. And there's only a few Gats. One of them is heavily damaged. Workers getting picked off by some Gats here as a CC going up. And there's almost level 5, so that is going to be a game changer. Has he been getting the cash bounty all of this time, though? Because he's been level 3 for ages. Don't know if he has or not. MiGs coming in. There's a ton of MiGs. You can just see the shadow coming in. Yeah, this side is a little bit exposed now. This is the position the tank really should be in, picking off the key stuff with the MiGs and then coming in with a ton of flamers. But both players are floating like 15k. There's a ton of units heading to the right, so I don't think too many markets will get picked off. This tunnel needs cancelling here for Ner. But he's now under pressure from both sides. This tower might fall at some point. There's a lot of float from both. 18k there from Ner. Going to lose them quads, surely. If they were demo quads, you could detonate them and blow them flamers up. But I do kind of like what he's doing. He's pushing out, trying to create too many targets for the flamers. But Memphis just flames absolutely everything and continues to push. Is Ner going to be able to hold that? Yeah, this is the position the tank should have been in. I just think he should have been in it a little bit quicker than this. Now he's got the upgrades. He's got the napalm. He's got the MiGs up. He's got the chain guns on the Gats. But the problem is that Ner is now level 5, and what he should be doing now is anthraxing one of the entrances to prevent any tank units from coming in, and then you want to sneak. You want to sneak when these MiGs go to land, and then the tank is in massive, massive trouble. The game can be won from one sneak and one anthrax here. Even just one sneak, actually. Where's the radar van? It doesn't have the radar scan ability, so Nur's nearly playing perfect, but there's just little things here and there that could be better. Like floating 20k is not optimal. A few more tunnels and stuff there in the middle was not played optimally. And yeah, no radar scan. It's like it's almost perfect, but it's not quite. The sneak attack should already be being thought about. He might be biding his time, waiting for the right moment to strike. He probably will wait for the next MiG strike and then go for the sneak, or he might just be trying to hold the line. But why is he not using Anthrax? Anthrax would be perfect here to just seal off the side. And then all you have to do is worry about the middle and the right. You can seal off one entrance. Like, you're losing a market here. Anthrax bomb earlier would have been perfect. Loses a market there. Anthrax in the middle, stopping them trucks, would also be beautiful. But the killer thing that will just totally end the game, probably in one strike, is when the MiGs go to land. You do a sneak here, kill the MiGs, or even over on the right somewhere. Kill the MiGs. Pop some workers, pop a battle bus. The whole area will get wrecked. I suppose there is a helix now, which is... he is covering. He is covering, actually. Sneak attack here probably would be best now. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I like stealth tank so much. It's got a well bunkered in stealth against an unstoppable force that is the tank. Oh, look at this. What a waste. Oh my god, what the hell is that? Oh my goodness me. What? Oh my god. Why not just use the sneak there? That's got to be one of the worst Anthraxes I've ever seen in my life. At a time when you're about to get wiped by a ton of flamers, man. That was really bad by Nur. You see what I mean about it's almost perfect? It just needs a few tweaks here and there. And he could be playing some very high level Zero, but that Anthrax... Oh my goodness. Unless he's doing the Fargo strategy, which is you scout with the Anthrax plane. But the more better thing to do is just to get a radar van and just scan. He's got it now, but it's too late. Your whole base is dying now. Now he's going for the sneak, so he's going to let his whole base die. This is if he loses this is a huge throw from a tank drop in front of his sneak. Yeah, very surprising what I'm seeing here. I think Memphis is going to get it, but this is, in my opinion, a huge throw from it's the unstoppable force of flamers. Just pushing and pushing and pushing. And if you make too many battle buses, they just get picked off by the MiGs. The benefit for Nur is now that he just has to hold against his flamers because he's picked off a ton of the MiGs when they came in for that strike before. He popped just there and picked off a load of MiGs. Scud Storm is in play. Jean Mankel is needed to stop that Emperor. There's no way to stop that Emperor, really. Unless he gets a Jean Mankel out. Other option would be buggies or buses, but you're going to need a ton of them. And the thing is, he's letting his buildings die, which then gives these units veterancy. Yeah, maybe this is going to be a super close set after all. I was thinking Nur was in the lead by an absolute mile. But some of the decisions here are very, very questionable. Not Anthrax in there is almost criminal. Look, he's letting his buildings die. That's now given him a Vet 2 Emperor. And when he gets a Vet 2 Emperor, it's an absolute ton harder to kill. As Lix is coming in, this is exactly what you expect from the tank. Just steamrolling across. Nur can't even stop the Helixes and the Flamers here. Never mind, the Emperor is here too. Yeah, Memphis now, he's rolling. He's on it. Oh my god, he's making it a hijacker. Like, why would you make a hijacker? This detects stealth, so it gets shut down. Just make a Jean Mankel, you could have sniped it. GG. Well, then maybe this is going to be the super close set after all. I was thinking Nur was so far ahead then. I consider that a throw, honestly. That was a major, major throw. But well played to Memphis. Memphis, he started slow, but then he came through strong in the end, 1-0. Okay, going into game number 2. So, down in the south position, we have the orange jelly stealth. This is Memphis. Up in the north position, trying to tank for the cyan player. This is Nah. Yeah, let's see how this pans out differently. Will the tank take control of it sooner, or will it be the same kind of slow start from a tank? Let's see. Three supplies from Memphis. I think if I was playing this as the stealth, you have got the decision to make. Do you want to open 2 supplies and go a little bit more aggressive, or do you want to open 3 supplies and you would naturally be a bit more passive? Your first few units would tend to be a bit weaker. You wouldn't be able to load a full TNT and make all the tunnels you want. Or would you open 3 supplies and just do a tunnel and tunnel there? Nice stop with the TNT there. The truck rush from Ner not getting a lot done. Yeah, I tend to think that the 3 supplies... Oh. Okay, TNT is the gap, which gets scrap denied. I think the 3 supplies is maybe better. Or you could open 2 supplies, just go a bit aggressive, and then drop down that 3rd very, very fast. That could be the better option, actually. It's one of those 2 things you're going to do. I think trying to get the dozer hunt against the tank early on is probably one of the better ways to try and win this matchup. Because eventually that tank spam and ownage eventually does overwhelm, regardless of how positive a start you had, and we saw that in the last game. So Nur is taking over the map naturally. He has his propaganda. He's expanded here. These explosive barrels will get picked off. And I think what people are generally not doing here is they're always only making 1 supply over on this left side, where you could make 1 there and you could make 1 here as well. Technical RPG gets stopped, but it did kill 1 dozer. Other dozer immediately drops down to CC, recognizes that he is vulnerable of getting hunted. There's still an RPG behind there that Nur's not cleared. It's just being annoying. It's like a little fly on its back. And it's now dealt with. This hijack is running around, and it's going to get picked off surely. Oh, he's heading towards the flamer. Nur sees it. Flame wall begins. That tower can fall any way now, so you need to be careful. Okay. Okay, quad's pushing out on the right. Yeah, this is maybe why you want to open 2 supplies, I suppose, because otherwise you end up with these really deep tunnels. You could open 2 supplies, take that area, take this area. How do you clear Anthrax with tank, General? You can't. Yeah, because Tank General doesn't have any toxin producing or radiation producing units. I suppose if you get a Battle Master and upgrade it from the nuke, I think when it explodes, it leaves some tox radiation behind. So you could force fire and destroy, if the situation required it, you could force fire and destroy one of your own Battle Masters over the top of the toxin. That would technically wipe it out. Probably a bit of a niche scenario though, because you'd have to have the nuke already, you'd have to have a mole upgraded, and you'd have to have a Battle Master nearby that you're willing to sacrifice for the greater cause. Yeah, I think a second supply there would probably be decent, but does a tank need it, I suppose? Look how much cash Ner's got. Ner needs a lesson in spending his cash. It's the second time in a row we've seen him near 20,000 float. Yeah, we got a few other matches today. We've got Staz. No, sorry, not Staz. We've got Mojo in action against Ninja later on at 21 GMT. Mojo might be ill, though. He said he's going to see how he feels. If he's too ill to play, he's going to delay the set. We've got Size v Gandra 18 GMT. Providing they both show up. I'm assuming they do. Extra War Factory from Ner over on the left side. Memphis is taking control of the middle. He has his oil. He has his palace. Second arms dealer going up for Memphis. Yeah, Quad's just getting wrecked by the tank as usual. Now, Memphis probably will get kicked off here. I think another advantage for the tank on top of this mountain, by the way, is that you can do a flame wall from there and flame here. And there's not a lot the stealth can do about it, because you can just flame over the supplies. Ner is doing a bit of a backwards Fargo flame wall. Flaming down some of his gats here at the back. Don't know if he cares too much. He's always floating a load of cash anyway. These gats, the second gat that got flamed down, maybe this one's going to die too. But there's a lot of fire here in the middle. Yeah, there's a third gat and an outpost. 4 units of Ner flamed down by his own flame walls. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's like I said before, it's near perfect 0 hour, but there's always like this missing 10 or 20% from Ner, which is a little bit frustrating to see, because if he fixes that 10 or 20%, he's going to be a massive force to be reckoned with. Artillery takes out the oil in the bottom right. Looking like it's heading towards a 1-1. The flame is coming in, absolutely annihilating the GLA's defense here. Thrax Imundar said, would uranium shells do it? Well, I don't think tank, when he gets uranium shells, when they fire the ground, I don't think it leaves radiation behind like the nuke general, no? It does more damage, but I don't think it leaves radiation, does it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. I might be wrong. It's not seen that often, is it? In the end there, yeah, Memphis surrenders. Ner gets the win quicker with the tank. Can we take anything away from that? Matchup. Yeah, can we take anything away from that, or am we reading too much into it? Okay, GLA USA. Okay, Arctic Arena. Army Memphis. Okay, so down in the bottom right, we've got the GLA with the orange. This is Memphis. And up at the top left position with the cyan, the USA, this is NER. Mateo Severs in the chat says, Domi, you should stream the conversation between you and all the other top players when it comes to the new changes. Maybe even incorporate a chat vote in it too. You know what? I've already been thinking about this literally today. I was discussing it just 1 hour ago with Zezon. There's a hot debate gonna happen, which is gonna be who decides the future of the balance of the game. Is it the top 15 players in the game? Is it the top 5 players in the game? Is it the top 20% of players in the game? Is it the top 50%? Is it everyone? Does Bob123, who's only played one Revora game in his life, have the same how do you say it's the same firepower in his opinion, the same value in his opinion as a multi-year world champion like XCal? So that's the first thing we need to get across. You don't want it to come across as elitist, that only the best players dictate the balance and everybody else's opinion doesn't matter, because everybody's opinion does matter. But at the same time, should the game be balanced at the top level first and then it trickles down from there? But yeah, I mentioned this on my podcast with Zezon, which I'm probably going to post tonight. So I highly recommend look out for that. But regardless of whatever route is taken, I do plan to gather all expert players. So that will probably be like the top 10 or probably top 10 players together, all on one call. And we will go through everything, every single change that is proposed in the General's game patch, which is the patch that Zezon was already working on. We'll do that live. Maybe, or as recorded, I'm not sure. And we will go through in detail for hours every single change, and we will vote on whether it should be implemented or not. That's just like a step one of what I'm already willing to do and help contribute. Whether that's of any use to anyone, I don't know. Because all of that is hypothetical conversations as well. It's something that's not being tested. Like, it's easy to say, oh yeah, paladins need a 10% reduction in build time. And everyone vote, oh yeah, let's do that on a spreadsheet. But then in reality, you do that in game and then suddenly someone spammed 10 paladins in a few seconds. and then it doesn't seem the right thing to do. How did that ranger get there? So NER's established this barracks, which is about to get shut down by this technical. There's a tunnel established in the top right. This map is all about control of the oils in the early game, generally. Tech RPG from Memphis in the base and say those are now harassing the Chinooks. Can be loaded back up and escape. It's currently a grenade tech. It's still useful. Even though as we move into the more later stages of the game, you could pick up some Vs here, which could have a massive impact later on. Tunnel on the top right. Okay, game stabilizing in the kind of north-south divide. Here, NER hasn't got his extra Chinook here. Tech RPG comes in, and there was no need for NER to cancel that. There was no need. There was only one RPG inside of it. Oh. Was that strat cancelled? I wasn't watching his cash exactly. Of course, he has a decent amount of cash in there now. Come on, man. You can control fire the ground and kill that dozer. Oh, it escapes. Not the fastest micro in the world from Memphis. He can control fire there, and he's not doing it. Yeah, not the fastest there from Memphis. It was kind of good attacks. He's picked off a few key units here and there, reset the strat and stuff. But it wasn't totally amazing micro. It wasn't perfect. Could have killed, I think, multiple dozers there, no? Kibito K in the chat says, just look at what that Blizzard did to the game by balancing it, catering to competitive play only. Well, I don't really know what's happened to StarCraft 2 and now, but whilst that's a good and valid point, I also don't think you balance the game based on noob games. So there's got to be some balance, middle ground. Okay, so he's V's pushing for noise, splash damage in his own V's here at times. Is the palace established? Palace is established. The buggies are now coming out, swarming around these Vs like a pack of wolves. Just chipping away at the HP. One V has already been picked off now. Vs are still running into tunnels, meanwhile being picked off by buggies. Yeah, Vs continue to push. No toe upgrade here from Nuh. Yeah, looking good for Memphis as far as I'm concerned, because these Vs are slowly getting picked apart, even though he is losing ground, I suppose. If he gains all of this ground and starts collecting there for himself, then actually, maybe not so great for Memphis. He needs a Jean Monkel out. A bit confused where Jean Monkel is, because that would all be stopped. Was that picked off? Oh, picked off by a building, it looks like. Search and destroy only just applied. Double A10 coming in, heading down to the bottom left position. Nice little block off there from Nur. He's getting harassed currently by RPGs inside of this building. Oil gets picked off. Is that an actual TNT? Because if it's still got 4 terrorists in there, which it looks like it does, then it might kill the oil. Unless one of them gets picked off, it does. So it's a low oil, but not quite picked off. Yeah, Memphis needs to start re-establishing tunnels here, and control needs to get that supply back. I would immediately be popping a worker there and making a supply. Need to regain some of this ground, because the GLA needs map control. Brian Kinley says he's excited to see the bugs finally worked out of the game. Yes, I totally agree, and that will be the priority. Going forward, the bugs and all that stuff will be the priority over balance, of course. V8 in the chat says, how do you guys get 0 hour running with the new patch? I get an error. Basically, Gentle won't work with the new patch, so probably what you need to do is run Gem Patcher. It'll put your game back to 1.04. Just don't play with 1.05 for now. It's my recommendation because it will mess up Gentle. Yeah, it might be fixed soon, but I can't give you a time at this stage of when that'll be fixed. Yeah, Nurse Gain got a lot of ground. He's floating again, isn't he? He's nearly floating the same magical 17k. Got a 15.5k right now. He's making drop zones behind this. He's got a few Comanches. Could maybe do some better defense over here and repairing his oil, but he's currently coming through the middle again with more Vs. This V might be getting sent to his death solo. Memphis lacking the old cash in comparison. Although he is collecting here now in the middle. Comanche's here now for Nur as well. There's a massive line of V's moving in, but he needs to spend his cash a little bit more, if you ask me. And probably particle cannons here would be good for Nur as well. 2 or 3 particles right now, and maybe cancel some of them drop zones could be good. So Comanche now in the mix as well. Don't really know about pushing with that right now. I would probably be keeping them in a big blob, waiting for the buggies to get up in the numbers without quads, and then you come in and wreck the buggies. Memphis floating 23k. He really needs a lesson on spending his money. Really does. He does have advanced training. Plus it's so upgrade. Yeah, Memphis is getting the cash bounty. So he is earning money from all of these fights, all of these Vs that he's picking off. But yeah, certainly a particle cannon now from Nur would be advisable. He's realized about the floating here, Nur, and he's dropping down additional war factories. That was a weird A10. Was it just me? Was I looking at that sideways or something? But it seemed to fire from there. But the missiles went there. Did I see that right? Weird stuff, man. For me personally, I'm using the EA app to run this game, and I think I'm running it in such a way it doesn't force me to update to 1.05. So yeah, it's like with anything, if it's not broke, don't fix it. When there's a new Windows out, you don't upgrade to it on day one, otherwise you're bound to run into loads of issues. I pretty much see that the same. There's a new patch, 1.05. Okay, of course it's not going to work with Gentle on the opening days. Just wait a few days, wait for everybody else to have the issues. And then once everything sorts itself out and there's loads of updates and everything runs smoothly, then you upgrade. You don't upgrade on day one, because you're bound to run into some issues. Unless you want to help troubleshoot them issues, then of course, then you would get the updates on day one. It's a bit frustrating, but that's just the way the world is. Even the spec to them was like moving in a weird way, wasn't it? Is it to do with this? You see it? What the... There's something weird going on in this game, I swear. There is something weird. I swear there's something going on in this game. Oh man, I hope we don't patch the game, you know. I want to see some random stuff. Imagine a game where you never see any random stuff. Everything's just predictable. Everything's flawless. I want to see this random specter sometimes, you know. Some funny stuff. You've got to watch every plane now. It's got to be to do with that building, surely. Anyway, Nur's on a huge rampage now. He's getting picked off over on the left, but here comes the Comanches. And in terms of the front here, Nur's still with the crazy spam. He's just overwhelming the GLA. The GLA is going to run out of cash. Memphis GG's, Nur GG's, and we're heading towards a 2-1 scoreline there for Nur. Okay, so up at the top left position with the orange USA vanilla, this is Memphis. Then down at the bottom right, we have the cyan GLA vanilla. This is the player, Nur. So Memphis under a bit of pressure here. He is one game down. He needs to also win with the USA, but I do think this is winnable both ways. Dirty Glizzy in the chat said, I love that bug. Me too. Have you seen the ones where the carpet bomb for China just like flies around in circles? I posted a video where we had like 4 carpet bombs on the map at the same time, just going round and round in circles. Somebody in the chat called it a victory lap. Funny stuff, funny stuff. Okay, a bit of a drop here from Memphis. Down in the bottom left position, there's a terrorist and a rebel on the way. Technical is also here from Nur, so he seems to be fully aware that this could be a possibility. He had a terrorist here. Technical straight here too. He's coming in for the crush now. Ooh, he loses his technical. Quite an important detail because that means more missile defenders can be produced from here now. And it means he's highly likely to get some oils now. Another technical is on the way, but Memphis is not producing any additional missile defenders. So Nur is now denying these captures. Still no missile defenders from Memphis. Tunnel going up there at the top right. It's looking quite a positive start there, I think, for Nur. He's getting 1, 2, 3 oils for Nur. Another barracks has been dropped down, but Memphis now getting crushed. Yeah, Lift Truck was in the chat before. I don't know if he's still here, but he'll be watching carefully, seeing if any of these players are any threat to him in round number 2, because Lift Truck is waiting for these to be finished so he can play his round number 2 against one of them. Technical in the base of Memphis. Yeah, this tunnel did get established. I think that Nur is taking over more of the map and more of the oils. That technical is empty. Admiral Mateus Torres, shout out to you, my man. Following over on Twitch. Massive tech RPG there. Just annihilates the V, just deletes it in one hit. TNT comes through for Nur. Nur's playing exceptional now. He's stepped it up in these 4 minutes of this game so far as I'm concerned. Memphis is only on 3 oils. I don't know how he's still on that middle one. And Nur's just being annoying, denying the power there of Memphis. Knock him offline, slows down his production. Memphis is even building a fire base in the top right, so he's intending on holding that position and giving that oil up to Nur by the looks of things. Yeah, QWERTY, I saw your message in the chat. You said you can't get 0 running. You've got a DirectX error. You've tried Gem Patcher. Have you tried disabling virus and threat protection? Disable the real-time threat protection and then run Gem Patcher? Because it could well be that the virus and threat protector is not allowing Gem Patcher to do all of its fixes. Because I find it very weird that you've run Gem Patcher and the game is still not working. You also need to be more specific with what error you're getting. Oh, you've said the DirectX error. So probably update your DirectX, uninstall it, reinstall it, run Gem Patcher with the virus and threat protector off. And if you're still getting errors, then you need to start asking on the forums and in the Discord channels. Yeah, no, with an absolute monstrous army of technicals here, taking off all of the Vs. A lot of technicals are going down too, but there's a bunch of RPGs here ready to also kill this Crusader. Memphis does have his refinery. Technical in the top right. It does deny that oil being captured back by Memphis. So that's a bit annoying there again for Memphis. So another TNT coming in here. The multitasking from Nur is really decent. Yeah, Memphis could have moved that as well, but he didn't. TNT here again. That one doesn't work out, but that TNT overall and that denial there was really exceptional there by Nur. He's floating again, though, 17k. I don't think you're going to be able to do this against Lift Truck and still win. Floating 17k every game. It's not going to be possible. Technical's getting a bit of surround here on the Vs, but the Vs are moving away. They're getting helped out by this firebase over here. 1V goes down, but a lot of technicals going down in the process. But Nur can afford these kind of trade-offs because he has the rest of the map. Whereas Memphis has to be mega efficient now because he's only got 3 oils. Oh, no, he's got 4. He's still got this one in the middle. Yeah, Nur needs to deal with that. Nur's on 23k now. TNT gets a dozer and a V. Yeah, these TNTs have been exceptional by Nur. Definitely needs to deal with that oil, though. Capture it for himself would make sense. Or kill it, at least. You just want to take the money away from Memphis. Not that Nur needs the money, but you want to take the money at least away from Memphis. Sleepy Simon following over on Twitch. Shout out to you, my man. Still, the oil's not been dealt with. Weak V there. I mean, where's the buggies? Surely the buggies are coming. He's dropping down 3 markets. He's finished his palace. No cashews yet because he hasn't finished a market. He's getting combat dropped in this building. He will take control of the building. RPGs get wiped out instant. Yeah, technical engagement's not always that efficient, but he has taken out the oil. Ner has the entire map. This is cheeky. This is another TNT. He could force fire to ground here, but he's not really doing it. There is a 15 or 16 latency. It's slowing him down a little bit, let's say. Ner on 12k, so he's spending his cash. 12k is quite low for him. But I do feel like Ner could be closing this out. Like, where's the buggies and the quads? He's making scud storms, but like, can't you just make an army of quads with AP bullets and buggies? That could just wipe Memphis out, no? He's sticking with technical spam at 10 minutes into the game when he has the entire map. It's just a little bit strange from Ner.
Search and destroy.
Search and destroy deployed from Memphis. Big technical army pops here, but there's so many Crusaders. Technical's just not going to quite cut it anymore. Double A10 coming through for Memphis. He is slowly picking off the oils. Let's see again. Look at that. What's going on? The missiles are always going diagonal. Don't know. I don't know what's going on. Here's the buggies. Finally from Ner. They're exactly what was needed because they wreck everything here. Even Avengers, the buggies en masse can just get through the defense lasers of the Avenger there. A big expensive loss. $2,000 for the Avenger. Of course, you've got $200 off from the refinery. But just look at this. The Avenger doesn't really make any difference. 2 Scud Storms is up. Memphis has got to be thinking, is it worth staying in this match? Because Ner just has the entire map. 2 Scud Storms, many markets going down. Still, this oil needs to be dealt with. Ner's got to have seen it now because he's building a tunnel right there. So he has to have hovered over it multiple times. Is he now going to make a rebel to capture it? Wow, that was being bombarded from all sides, wasn't it? It's another TNT on another oil. That's the difficult one to get. But what about this one? Holy moly. He's TNT-ing... Oh my god, it didn't even work. That worked, though. He's TNT-ing one 5 miles across the map, but he's not capturing the one that he has full control of. Yeah, I do agree it's a side strategy to float at least 10k. You could say in this case 17k though is the number he's always seemingly above. 17k now. Okay, the barracks is getting deleted. Tomahawk's now in play to counter the buggies. There's just so many buggies supported by the quads. No junk repair in play for Nert either. It's just these little things that he is forgetting. But yeah, Memphis doesn't really have that much left. He's got 5k, he's losing his war factory, he's lost multiple barracks. I think there was a fire base there that he's lost to. He's got 1 oil remaining, everything else has been killed. Loads of quads coming in now as well to support these buggies. Memphis is looking in trouble. Yeah, key buildings getting picked off. Powers, war factory earlier, now a drop zone. Still hasn't captured that oil, man. Ner's like, he's such a good player, but he's also so frustrating to watch. That's a good Anthrax. He's a really good player. You can see elements like he's doing this amazing multitasking. There's just some things that just make my blood boil a little bit, like this oil. That was another good A10, but Memphis doesn't have enough left. That Anthrax was better. GG and well played. 3-1 is the score. They're taking a bigger lead. Rocken Goren in the chat says, can you balance the game with source code? Yeah, you can. You could already balance the game without the source code, by the way. That was already possible. Okay, so super weapon tank on Vendetta. I think there's going to be some no eco involved here. Okay, so down in the south position, you have the China tank with the orange. This is Memphis. And then up in the north position, this is the super weapon with the cyan. This is Ner. So yeah, when I said no eco, I think that is what we're going to see. Which is a war factory and a barracks, one supply, 2 Chinooks, sometimes 1 Chinook, but mostly 2. And he's going to rush out 2 full Vs and an ambulance. It does look like he's sticking with just the 1, actually, doesn't it? So then we're going to need some exceptional micro on the Vs. And Nerd needs to win the game with those 2 Vs and that ambulance. Nice micro on this V so far, picking off some units for free to take a little bit of damage. He should be bringing the other V across the map now, which we can see on the mini-map he is. These tank into 0, one of the main ways to defend against this attack. Because they take away the HP of the Vs more quickly than the Gats. This V is moving slowly, needs to re-heal, which he is doing, but he needs to get that one back and just focus with this one at the minute. And Memphis' units are all getting picked off. The propaganda is going up. This war factory is being picked off as we speak. There's a dozer over on the right, still 1 Chinook. I think he should have gone 2 Chinooks, to be honest. Nerd needs to kill all of these Gats before the first ECM comes out, because this is going to become a lot harder when there's ECMs and Gats. But he has taken out all of the Gats. There's an ECM out, but no Gats currently. They're confused about the target in here. He's stopping. Okay, he's stopping both the barracks and the war factory. Laser lock comes in. Yeah, this is not going to work out for Memphis. Very nice win here for Ner. This was Ner's matchup. GG. That is the score. Shout out to Magnum 2804 with the 2 months.
You have been defeated.
Resub over on Twitch. Shout out to all the Twitch viewers, by the way. Regularly doing about 50 viewers now over on Twitch, considering I was inactive there for many years. It's good to see getting the numbers back. Yeah, because I've predominantly been out on YouTube over the last 10 years. I all started on Twitch, but then, yeah, over the recent years, I've been just focused on YouTube. Okay, 4-1 for Nerd. Looking pretty good for him. Okay, so up in the north position with the super weapon. This is the orange player. This is Memphis. Why does it go yellow when I click on it? Down, what color does this go when I click on it? Okay, it's like a lighter color. Down at the south position, you have the Cyan China tank. This is Ner. Yeah, sooner rather than later, now the release of the source code. And apparently you could have done it before anyway. You can now have new colors and skins in the game. Might be easier to do now, but apparently it was possible before. So yeah, you might get zebra, you might get tiger pattern on your units. You might get exclusive skins you pay for. I don't know if that'll even be a possibility or not. It's going to be the same from Memphis. He's gone for 2 Chinooks, though. First loaded V is out. Go straight away to hit the trucks. One truck is probably going to die. One dozer dead. One truck does die. One really injured. No, just gathering up the amount of gats. He's sending a outpost to the left. We'll counter this dozer. Knows after this V on the right. Next V is going to be loaded up. Brian Kinley. He has gifted 5 bronze memberships to viewers. Shout out to Brian Kinley, man. He's always here in the chat. Always positive. And now he is gifting memberships. Shout out to Brian Kinley. Legend. Okay, he's focusing partly on this dozer to try and stop it before the CMP gets finished. He does need to finish that, I think. Finish the dozer, I mean. But these Vs are on the flip side. Oh, man, that's a mistake from the... Oh, my God. He's one of the most frustrating guys to watch, I swear to God. That EMP changes this whole battle. He could have stopped that dozer, man. He had 1% HP. Why did you not stop it? Memphis, I think he's from Germany. I think that's what he told me in the past. Someone asked in the chat where he's from. Well, no, maybe could have won this if he'd have stopped that dozer. Because it wasn't looking so bad. But when that EMP gets up, it becomes exceedingly more difficult. Troop crawler is out. One of these Vs is being picked off. There's a gat in the back. Might be useful for harassing the collection here. There's one gat and a bunch of red guards currently to stop this single V. They're just trying to build this prop. Memphis being harassed on his Chinooks in his base. Good multitasking there from Memphis. He's pulling away his Chinook whilst also microing this V. Yeah, this V's been super efficient so far. And truck's now getting picked off, but the propaganda is already in play. That gat has been stopped, so Memphis is collecting back on one Chinook. Yeah, ECM is now out. I wonder how that V is going to deal with that. Yeah, Nurse still collecting on two trucks. Has his dozer, has his prop. Memphis coming in again with 3 Vs this time. I wonder if he'll be able to break through this. Probably depends on the micro with the ECM. Nice micro on the ECM so far. Picks off a V. Oh, no. I think Memphis has done it. Yeah, Memphis has done it. But that was frustrating play to watch there from there. I do not know why he committed so much to killing the dozer 99%, but then left it on 1%. That does not make any sense. at all. No, with 4. Memphis now with 2. Is the comeback real? Laser and Tox from Nur. Memphis can also veto. It's in the rules, and I reminded of that. I reminded him of that earlier. He wants to play Black Hell. Okay, Laser Tox, let's go. Okay, so down in the bottom left, we've got the USA Laser for the Cyan player. This is Nur. And up in the top right, we have the orange Gilet Tox. This is Memphis. Yeah, QWERTY3478 in the chat, still having issues with this DirectX thing. Have you tried downloading the latest version of DirectX? Have you tried uninstalling your current version? Maybe it's corrupted or something, I don't know. Have you got some dodgy copy of the game that you're not even sure that works? Or did you buy it? I'm recommending you buy the Steam version. It's 70% off over on Steam, a Command & Conquer Ultimate Collection right now. And, yeah, it means you can get, like, is it 17 games or something for, like, $6? Is a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Okay, no, with a pretty standard build order. Firebase over here. Not totally sure if that's a complete box. First technical comes in from Memphis. Maybe hit the power plant. Yeah, comes in with 2 terrorists. Hits the power. Power instantly getting rebuilt. If there's RPGs inside of there, you can definitely kill this V. It's empty now, that. Tunnel gets dropped off. Nurse coming to pick up his V, but there's a load of RPGs here now dropped off by the next unit. Worker denied. The V doesn't instantly go back inside of the Chinook Tech RPGs here. Oh, I guess the crush on all the RPGs. Interesting. Interesting situation. Sacrifices the V for the greater good. He's stopped all the expansion here. I think it's worth it for the US to sacrifice 1 V for that. But Memphis is now building a supply down in the bottom right. And he's got a supply already in the middle. Oil of Ner now being picked off. Even though he doesn't have it captured yet. It's on his side of the map. Oh, oil goes down. Sacrifices the technical in his RPG. Another technical here from Memphis. Maybe a TNT. But this V army is moving out. If that heads straight into the main base, could be a problem. If that TNT, though, runs into these Vs, could be good, but no, it is paying attention. TNT on the fire base. And TNT on the dozer. You do not need to cancel the strat. Two technicals only is not enough to stop these Vs. Unless they're both loaded fully. With RPGs. But Ner is the one looking stronger in these USA GLA games. It's already knocking at the door here. Of Memphis. Tech RPG comes in. Yeah, quite a lot of RPGs. Still 1V gets picked off. But the micro here for Ner. Pretty good so far. You can't help really that first V getting picked off. But you can keep microing back now. Maybe use this ambulance to get some crushes. Yeah, nice micro there from Ner. He could end the game here. Depends how many units are able to get out. For Memphis, he needs to get out a bunch of technicals and then run away. He's loading up RPGs here too. But he's losing technicals here for free. Yeah, Memphis is in trouble. Why are they playing round one now? Well, it was Ner was AFK for like a week or 2 weeks. He went to some LAN party and he was away for a while. And they couldn't find times due to time zone conflicts during the week. So this is the last round one. This is the last of round one. So I know it's a bit weird in my opinion. All of the round one should take place and then all the round twos. But we were in a situation where we could have started round two, which we did. And we still had this one to get through. So after this, all round ones are done. This is the last one. These are the stragglers, if you want to say that. Yeah, Memphis now trying to migrate his base, sending Vs down to the bottom right. Ner's about to be level 3, so he can use the double A10 very, very soon. Could be on some of these tunnels, perhaps. Could be between there, kill both tunnels, and then come in with the Vs, or maybe even do you need the double A10? Double A10 could be on that supply, for example. Yeah, Memphis getting pushed back all over the place. He's lost his main base, losing this bottom right expansion. Looking good for Ner, we have to say. 5-2, he's just one away from victory. And then he will be going through to the next round against Lift Truck. Don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying this tournament so far. It really helps us out. We are doing 3 streams today. 15 GMT was the one we're doing now. 18 GMT is the next match. Size against Ganja, or Big Size in action, which we're excited about. And 21 GMT, we're supposed to have Mojo against... Oh, I forget the name of his opponent now. But Mojo might be pulling out of that anyway because he's sick. So we're going to hit later on if that will go ahead or not. But if it doesn't go ahead, then we'll just postpone it. We're not going to kick anyone. Yeah, 18 GMT and 21 GMT. I forget who Mojo's playing now. My mind's gone blank. Down in the bottom left, we have the orange. It's a laser for Memphis. And top right with the cyan Tox for Ner. Okay, a couple of tunnels going up here for Nur. He is only going for 2 supplies. No oil cap. Oh, no, he is going for oil cap. It's going to be a delayed oil cap. Technical now from Nur. Going to deny the oil of Memphis. Memphis has gone for the 2 supplies on oil. I do like this build from Memphis, as I always say. Here's a TNT, and he gets himself a dozer. Is he going to get the supply as well? Yes, he does. Perfect TNT there from Nur. And the other dozer is quite exposed. Is that a proper box, or can a unit get through there? Questions we have. Nice micro from Nur. Picking off what he... Oh, he didn't pick it off. At least he's moving back behind the oil, though, so he can't get laser locked to death. Mush Mush Cat says, is there any update about the source code release? I'm going to release, probably tonight, a podcast video between me and Zezon. Could say podcast, could say interview, whatever you want to call it. About what it might mean for the future of the game. And timelines and all kinds of questions. So, yeah, watch out for that. It's longer than 90 minutes and there's so much information in there. I think you will like it. Yeah, watch out for that. I'll probably post it tonight. If I'm too tired, it might be tomorrow. Yeah, so far they're doing pretty well here. Hope this aggressive tunnel keeping Memphis busy for sure. Nur is about to hunt Memphis. Memphis is hunted, and if he loses this game, by the way, he is out of the tournament. Tech RPG going to work now on a V. Gets the V's out, or gets 1 V out. Ambulance survives, but yeah, there's going to be no strategy center. Memphis now is required to win against this Tox. There's going to be a hell of a lot of technicals to deal with. It's going to be difficult terrain, and he's not going to have any dozers for the remainder of this game. He has to push across the map now, has to get the win. Otherwise, no, will progress through to the next round. 6-2 will be the score. Best of 11 means first to win 6. One of the V's gets picked off immediately. There's so many technicals here. It's got resemblance of the previous game, hasn't it, on Arctic Arena. Ambulance gets picked off. This is going from bad to worse here for Memphis. His V's now will not be able to be repaired because there's no ambulance here. Nur coming in again. He's probably going to chase this, surely. Is that a TNT? It looks like a TNT coming in from the back. It's Tech RPG. I think he should be chasing this, quite honestly, because this V is low. All it needs is a 1-tap, and that's going to be moving slowly, and then you're going to be able to come in and pick it off. TNT loaded up by Nur. But he's expanded in multiple places. This is going Nur's way. I can just sense it. 3 arms dealers. It's going to take a significant mess up now from Nur, if he is going to lose this set. Is that a TNT? It's got something inside of it. It's going to be on the last supply. Oh, wait. The Tech RPG and the TNT all together. Okay. Actually fails. Memphis keeps his supply alive. Volcano in the middle of this map going crazy, as per usual. Yeah, it's a brutal passage to go through with your Vs. As soon as you go through there, you're going to be met by all of these tens and tens of technicals. I don't think that's going to work out very well. Memphis is bringing in a drop. Laser tank. Laser tank can help out here. I don't know how much, but it can help out. I don't know if the technicals care, really. They can just take the damage, meanwhile come through and just pick off whatever Vs they want. 2 Vs picked off so far, plus the ambulance picked off again. RPG's going to work on this laser tank. Technicals do not care about the numbers that are going down, because as long as they're picking off these, it is worthwhile for Nuh. So many V's getting picked off here. I think we're moments away from Nuh being eliminated from his tournament. I have a feeling he'll quit out. The War Factory is gone. Maybe we've missed that TNT around the back while I've been focusing on this. I'm probably reading some of the chat. Oh my goodness me. Holy moly. What a TNT there from Nuh. Just wipes out the last 2 remaining Vs. Look at all these technicals coming. Memphis knows it. He says GG's. Good luck next round. He only had some infantry left. GG's. Nuh just seems a bit of a beast in the GLA versus USA. However, though, he will go up in the next round against Lift Truck, where it will be a very difficult set indeed. So if you want to see the bracket, I'll show you that now on the screen. So there we have it. Round 1 is now concluded. You can see all of the rest of them have already got results. And Memphis Nuh now is concluded. So Nuh will proceed there against Lift Truck, which we'll start arranging that straight away. In terms of the other sets we've got today, we have Ganja and Size. And where's Mojo? Yeah, Mojo and Ninja. Yeah, I've forgotten Ninja's name before. Mojo and Ninja, the winner of that, will go up against XCal. So 18 GMT is Size and Ganja today. So in about an hour and 15 minutes, and then Mojo and Ninja at 21 GMT. So in about 4 hours and 15 minutes. So yeah, the streams for those are all set up already. I'm going to take a break now, get some food. I've been talking for many hours because I had that podcast with Zezon just before this. Memphis, well played. Unlucky here today going out against Nuh, but it was a good fight, especially that first game. Stealthy Tank was phenomenal to watch. Everybody knows I like Stealthy Tank. So yeah, shout out to Memphis. Thank you for joining this tournament. Unlucky, but we hopefully see him back very, very soon. Nuh, good luck against Lift Truck in round number 2. We'll get arranging that ASAP. So GG, thanks for joining tonight, guys. And hopefully see you in about an hour's time for the next match, Size against Ganja. Yeah, we haven't seen Size in action for a while, so will be good to see him against Ganja, because Ganja's playing like a beast too, so I'm looking forward to that. So GG, I'll see you later.